What's going on, Junkie Nation? Gorgeous George and Goes reporting for duty here. Midweek, we get to talk to Patchy Mix, one of the best fighters in the world, bar none. I'm not talking about just bantamweight. This cat's 19-1, has a couple of belts already. He's got loot in his pockets. He's doing very well for himself. We're happy for him. And Patchy, the most important thing, man, 30 years old. I had to look at that a few times. You've accomplished a lot. You're 19-1, and you're only 30. Yeah, you can do one of two things. Either keep going and just rack up that impressive resume, make it better, or you can maybe possibly bow out even sooner, like a lot of other athletes have done when they've succeeded a lot. Have you thought of what road you want to take?
I'm riding it till I go higher than ever, man. Till the wheels fall off. I'm not looking to quit anytime soon. I got an easy 5 years left in me, and I'm trying to turn that 19 into 25, 30.
Mm-hmm. So none of like what Habib did, for example, just bowing out after 3 title defenses, 29-0. None of that is appealing to you. You want to rock and roll for a few years.
Yeah, man. This is what keeps me sane. It keeps me happy. It keeps me going. It's a huge part of my life, and fighting, competing is that. I feel like I'm just getting started. I'm just entering my prime just right now, and these next couple of years are going to be very special.
Do you like traveling to events like this? Um, some fighters just don't even want to leave the country. How about you? Where do you stand on, going to different big cities and fighting in front of different fans?
Man, like I said, I spar year round. I train year round, so I don't mind where I fight. They could tell me to fight this Saturday in any location in the world. I would go and fight. So it doesn't matter to me. I guess fighting without traveling would be ideal, but just for the weight cut and stuff, it'd make it easier on me. But I don't mind going through all that in order to give an opportunity to my family and my team. We've been to Ireland, Japan, Hawaii, Chicago, all these different places, and now we get to go to Paris. So I'm just excited to, bring my team and, my parents, my family.
Mm-hmm. With the outstanding record you have, the Grand Prix, all that good stuff, you could possibly make a run. I don't know how long Bellator will keep their series going before it all migrates over to PFL. I'm not sure, but you could possibly make a run at Pitbull. As greatest Bellator fighter ever. Have you even ever thought of something like that?
I haven't because I have my own work in front of me, and obviously Jeremy and Aaron are both. I trained at Jackson Wing for like 5 years, and I trained with Aaron Pico for a long time, and he's still one of my boys. And then Jeremy Kennedy just fought for the title and was very close to winning it. He's like one of my main staples of Extreme Couture. I share mats with them, so I kind of never really thought about kind of going up and clogging up their division. Pitbull did come down to mine though, and he lost to the man I just defeated. I just put Sergio away. He beat him 5 rounds to nothing. So I thought I could potentially fight Pitbull. But the only way that I would really chase that fight is, let's say, if Aaron had got the shot. I think he's next in line behind Jeremy. And let's say if he didn't win, then I'd potentially be looking at that.
Check out Patchy. The moment he can actually be an ass if he wanted to and just say, it's all about me, baby. He's thinking about his boys. That's pretty cool, man, that you
Yeah,
maintain those
no, bro.
relationships with them cats.
Yeah, Aaron, man, I know Aaron's father. I know his brother. And shit, man, I know him personally, like, on a personal level, man. I have a tremendous respect, just as him as a man, and I would, my job is to defend the title at 135, and that's where my body of work lies. So I would never want to step in anyone else's way, especially Aaron. I mean, Pico and Jeremy, they both have kids. I would never want to step in their way. So, I feel very secure at 35. But if the opportunity did arise and they both were not able to defeat the featherweight goat, like you said, there's only one man for the job.
I like it. Hey, Patchy, so, life's a little different now, right? You have the money, you have belts. What is it that you feel drives you in the morning? What keeps you up at night? What gets you in the gym every day? Because every day when we go, you're there.
I train harder now than I did when I first got the belt, should I say. So like I've just taken it even further. I've seen the opportunity that being a champion gives you, and I just do not want to lose it. I want to capitalize it as much as I possibly can. So I'm even training harder. I'm training more to level up. And I feel like this fight specifically here, I feel like a lot of people are going to see, so many improvements just in my game, from my stand up to my wrestling to my grappling, everything. I've just been training. I took it on a larger regimen, and I feel like, I've made drastic improvements to my game since becoming a champion. And, that's what drives me. What drives me is I already know I obviously have the most finishes in bantamweight history. I have the most submissions in bantamweight history. And I could be, go down as the best bantamweight champion in Bellator history. But for some reason, I can't get the respect that, let's say O'Malley has when even though he's 18-1 and less than me in record and finishes. It's like it seems I can't really get the respect. So I think that's what drives me every single day is to kind of just like wake up and prove that I'm as dominant as I believe I am.
How addicting is the sport, and even more so winning?
The sport is so addictive. That's why I think I train so much. And winning is the feeling of competing and like doing it. And then when you win is just, there's no other feeling. It's like the ultimate high. It's like a roller coaster of emotions, but it's the most ultimate high after you get done and you are successful. And I think that's why we chase it so much. Like I'll go crazy, nervous before fights, and anxious before fights, and I'll go through so much, and then I'll get done with it, and I'll be like, damn, I want to do that again. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that's how it feels. It's so addicting, and I think putting it all on the line and being able to I feel like that's one of the things too is like having money, like you said, success and all this shit. Being able to put it all on the line, you're both equals and you both are fighting for the same thing at that moment. It doesn't matter if you have a dollar or if they have a dollar, who's richer or who's more popular. You know what I mean? So you really get to see it's a real competition amongst men and women, and it's pure. It's one of the purest competitions I feel that you can be a part of. It's not like a basketball or a football game, so it's part of me. It's something that I really enjoy doing, and I've only done it, between amateur and pro 31 times in my life, and I'm looking forward to the 32nd time, in 2 weeks.
Do you watch a lot of movies, and primarily, do you ever watch those Avenger movies with Thanos and all that?
Yeah, I do watch mad movies, but I never watch those for some reason. I don't know why.
So the guy's got this big glove, right?
Yeah,
And
he's
it's
got
got
the
those
rings
jewels.
and shit.
Yeah. You have one, and it's got a couple already, right? Some big accomplishments. If the
Yeah.
PFL were to turn around and say, you know what, next year we're doing a bantamweight season, would you ever want to add like that jewel, like another thing to your resume? Would that ever interest you at all?
Or whatever it takes, man. Fuck. Even not even just bantamweight, featherweight. Whatever it takes. I'm open for a lot of things, and as long as the business side made sense. I'd love to get another $1 million and another big check, another belt, without a doubt, 100%. I think if they did do a bantamweight Grand Prix, how could you do one without having the last Grand Prix winner in it?
Mhm. When we were in school, we're not professional fighters, but there were days where maybe we had a good sporting day or something over the weekend.
Yeah.
When you came in on Monday, you had this different feel to you. When you got to school, you had a different swag. You probably have a little bit of that now, but a little bit of a target on your back as well, right?
Oh
Does that
yeah.
feel different? Do you like that feeling?
Yeah, I love it, man. Some dude tried to take me out the other day in the gym. You know what I mean? I don't know what was wrong with him. But it's like it keeps me on my toes, and it's good because I'm like a hunter, man. I'm always like, shit. When Hamzat Chimaev came here, I was like wrestling and grappling with that dude because I can't get no grapple rounds. You know what I mean? So like now I'm the guy being hunted. Like I'm the guy with the name. So all these guys are trying to come for me, and I oblige. You know what I mean? I'm like, let's train, let's get it. So I feel that target on my back, and more importantly, I feel it now across from like all the other competitors in my division. I'm seeing them tweeting at me. I'm seeing them comment on my shit. I'm seeing from any guy that signed a bantamweight in Bellator. They're kind of just, they have their own fights lined up, but the end goal is they're looking at me.
Was it a well-known name? Was it just competitive firefight with you and the guy trying to take you, or was it just someone that passing through
No,
town, or
just
like
guys like passing through town. Yeah, there is some well-known names though as well. I'm not gonna put them on the spot though, just because we train
Mhm.
together, a few of them. But some guys passing through town, some guys that I've trained with for a while. You know what I mean? That now I'm the champion, so it's like you have to push it. Like I don't know if they're trying to test themselves or I don't know what the ego thing is, but I'm very
Yeah.
secure with myself and my skills, and as long as you're my weight or even one weight above me or even fucking 55, we could pretty much get down. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. All right, since you got practice coming up, I'm gonna fire you up a little bit. So I'm doing this on purpose. I did have one question though. You and I'm gonna tie it to your O'Malley comment. Do you think if you were 20-0, perhaps you would have more of that respect? Because being undefeated is
Bro,
pretty big in
yes,
our
yes, dude.
sport. And
Listen, I'm one round removed from being 20-0.
yeah,
Like Archuleta is the one that pulled out of the first fight. The second fight got made. They called me on like 3 weeks' notice, told me you could fight for the world title. So I just showed up to the fight. I almost beat his ass too. I took his back in the first 2 rounds before I got dog tired because I took a fight on that much notice. But I'm saying these people, if I was 20-0, they would. I mean, what would they say? And not just to mention 20-0. I'm 11-0 as an amateur. Like Sean O'Malley was 9-2 as an amateur. You know what I mean? Like I'm 11-0 as an amateur too, and I'm 19-1 as a pro. The reason why my professional stats aren't even more sprinkled on, even the reason why they're not more too is because I come from New York, where like professional MMA was not legal in 2015, 2016 when I was like racking up all my wins. It wasn't legal, so I couldn't even fight professionally in the state. So I had to fight all these amateur fights. You know what I mean? And then it eventually became professional in New York or in like 2016 or something. So
mm-hmm.
it's like this 20-0 comment. Like if I, one round, let's say I go and get a third, fourth, or fifth round against Archuleta, I'd be 20-0, and it would be a lot easier to stake your claim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
You
But
don't have
at
to
the
tell
same
me,
time,
man, because let me
yeah,
tell
it's
you
like,
something. When AJ McKee won, when he beat Pitbull the first time and he won the Grand Prix on USA Today Sports and MMA Junkie, we ranked him first. We ranked him ahead of Volkanovski at the time. Volkanovski hadn't really finished that
yeah, he
run that he
hasn't
finished.
finished, and then you got to mention like and that like Marab's my boy, but Marab has a loss in his career to Ricky Bandejas. I finished Ricky Bandejas in 1 minute. Like people, they count my loss from 4 years ago and they're 3 years ago. Like,
Yeah,
but at the same time, they're not looking at like Peter Yan has 5 losses. Marab's got 4 losses. Respect to him. O'Malley, he's got a loss to Chito Vera. You know what I mean? So it's like, and I never been finished. You know what I mean? My loss is razor close. You know what I mean? I'm one round removed from being undefeated. The one guy
mm-hmm.
that beat me, he just kind of like survived me. I never had anyone finish me. I never had anyone even really come close.
Yeah,
So it's like, I think that undefeated, if I was 20-0, it would be a lot easier. But that's like on the same token, it's like, Archuleta didn't do me no favors when he lost on New Year's and didn't, kind of give me that
yeah.
chance to avenge my loss. So so I guess I just had to keep it moving, and I'm hoping that, if I continue to take these guys out, hopefully the world will know. Or they just got to come to an extreme couture practice one time, and they got to go watch me beat everyone's ass from 135 to 155 from whoever goes. You know what I mean? From the best guys in the world. And they could come see me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I try and stay above 155. I don't want to mess with you at all.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but it's hard when it's really hard when when you do the amount of work that I've done, and it's you still kind of get held back from the fans. You know, it is hard. I mean, if you really look at my last 3 fights, I've taken maybe 10, 15 significant strikes combined over 3 fights. If you look at the time, over 3 fights, I fought like 13 or 14 minutes, you know? Sean O'Malley's got his last 3 fights. He won by split decision, unanimous decision, and one knockout, you know? He took more shots his last fight in like the 5th round against Chito Vera than I took in my last 3 fights combined. So it's like, it's hard to, they don't look at the stats, you know, they look at it, they look at what they want to hear, you know, but, you know, without
Well,
a
I
doubt,
look
I
at the
feel like,
stats. I look at the stats. I got you number 4 at USA Today Sports and MMA Junkie. And I look at it every time. Every title defense means something. And, I could see you getting there. It's happened before with other Bellator fighters. Evelyn's pushing through as well. I think the argument from the other side is just uh, you're just too good for your competition. So sometimes your competition doesn't do you any favors if they lose, like you said, Archuleta
yeah,
or whatever.
yeah,
Ranked fighters
Archuleta
just gotta.
losing, yeah. But it's like the same thing, you know. Maga could go beat Yan, and then they'll talk about Yan being so great. But at the same time, Maga had beat him. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
Yan goes and beats these other guys, and you know what I mean. It's just if your name isn't attached with those 3 letters in front of it, you know what I mean. That kind of gets you the extra push. But without a doubt, I'm top 2 in the world, and I'm not number 2.
All right. I like that chip on the shoulder. We're getting him fired up, Goes. He's going to practice
Yeah, I
soon.
know. I gotta go spar now. Shit.
All right, so let me finish up with this then, just to piss you off even more. When are you going to get that fire alarm fixed?
I don't know, man. We were supposed to change the batteries last night before I did these interviews, right? It's
At
been
first, I
going
thought
this
there was
whole
a cricket
time.
invasion in your house,
I
but
know,
yeah,
right?
I
It's
know
been
it's the
going this
fire
whole
alarm.
time.
All right, man. Just busting your
I
balls. You're a
appreciate you,
great
man. Always,
dude,
man.
and it's great seeing your rise to
Always,
where
man. I
you at right
appreciate you.
now. You know, everyone's gunning for you, and
Yeah,
I'm
man. I
glad you got some
appreciate it.
money in your pocket and all that, and keep going at it. You're only 30. I mean, seriously, you got a lot of time left because you're still hitting that physical maturity, and now you got the experience that so many other athletes don't even get to, like they're 34 or whatever. So keep doing your
Yeah.
thing, Patchy.
All right. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you.